There, we need more security. English country dance. English country dance is the second movement. Right? Ready? Basin Street. Here, do you think the seniors won't go? You alright?
Yeah.
It'll be great.
My improv's not very good.
You play in tune and you play a lot of right tones. You know, it's like you'll work on ideas.
That'll be fine. We'll just mix it up.
Alright, ready? Basin Street. Basin Street. Forces, right? So Armed Forces Star Spangled Banner, and then graduation ribbon, right? Look at that. Timing, what?
Good evening. For our final selection, the Parkway Central Band would like to honor those brave men and women that have paid the ultimate sacrifice for their service to our country. Memorial Day on Monday, May 28th is our chance to remember those brave citizens. As we perform a medley of military service songs, we ask that any current or former members of the military and their families please stand so that we may salute you. Coast Guard. And the Marines. thank you for your service, all of you.
Long drum roll. Percussion, timpani roll. Today, trumpets ready. Tejas, I need a roll. I need a roll. Ready? And big.
class of 2023 please be seated? Good evening, class of 2023, friends, family, and educators. My name is Rifa Reza, and I've had the pleasure to serve as the class of 2023's senior president this past year. Before I acknowledge the most important thank yous and appreciation for people here tonight, I would like to thank Dr. McCarthy from the bottom of my heart for finally almost learning how to say my name right. It only took 4 years, but who's counting? Anyway, allow me to formally welcome you to the graduation ceremony for Parkway Central's class of 2023. To all the phenomenal teachers, staff members, administrators, and of course, parents and other family members, thank you. Thank you for being there for us, for supporting us, and for putting up with us. Being able to be here in this arena in our hideously red gowns is the result of hours of patience and effort, and I know for a fact that I speak on behalf of all of my peers when I say that we are forever grateful for your compassion that brought us to stand here today. Thank you, and we love you. Now, to my fellow class of 2023, congratulations, we did it. In the grand scheme of things, it's really easy to say that. 4 years, 3 words, we did it. To be honest, when writing this speech, I didn't know how else to sum it all up with. All the friendships, successes, failures, and memories with anything other than those 3 words. We made forever friendships, and we failed a lot, but we also succeeded. We delved into random hobbies during the pandemic, like making friendship bracelets and whipped coffee. We kicked butt in our powder puff game against the juniors. And we brought back Day of Service in full swing for the first time since 2019. We did those things, and we made those memories. And not only that, we accomplished so much along the way. In the face of numerous adversities, we conquered mental health struggles and dealt with any hardships both in and outside the classroom. And we dealt with all of it in spite of what I hope will be the craziest global crisis of our lives. We did it in a worldwide pandemic that sent everyone into quarantine. And I think we kind of forget how crazy that really is sometimes. Like, we can go on and tell our kids that we had to go to school in masks and face shields and hazmat suits, which definitely one-ups whatever our parents used to tell us. Regardless, I guess if I really have to be more specific about our time at Central and expand my vocabulary a little bit, then I would describe our class, the class of 2023, as perseverant. We sat through distance learning after the longest spring break of our lives. We found temporary classrooms in our beds, our cars, and sometimes even our bathrooms. We played sports with masks and got to know our friends by the way their eyes crinkled while we smiled and laughed, rather than just their smiles themselves. I still remember the day when I saw Mr. Meyer without a mask for the first time. I don't know why, but I was not expecting a beard. Being a high school student during COVID was different. It was oftentimes uncomfortable, and to put it quite simply, incredibly difficult. But we persevered, and now we made it. Again, it's really easy to just leave it at that. After all, how many times did our English teachers tell us to keep our writing concise? But funnily enough, our lives don't stop here. After we walk this stage tonight, our lives keep going, and we keep living. When I asked Dr. Mitchell what I was supposed to talk about for 5 minutes tonight, he said to give some words of wisdom as we look upon our futures. And I honestly thought that was kind of dumb. No offense, Dr. Mitchell, but let me explain myself. I'm also graduating tonight alongside my best friends and people that I spent the last 12 years growing up with. I literally turned 18 last week, and I'm supposed to tell you guys who are in the same situation as me how to move on after this ceremony when I genuinely have no idea myself. But that's completely okay. Because after pondering and dwelling over said words of wisdom and drawing multiple blanks, I realized that maybe it's more about finding those words of wisdom on your own rather than me giving you random inspirational quotes that I Googled. After all, life isn't one size fits all. We have different challenges and priorities, and a generalized piece of advice isn't helpful. Now, with all that in mind, it's not a graduation speech without a life lesson, so I just had to include this one. A very famous blonde pop star once said to a group of slightly older graduates in purple gowns, "The scary news is, we're on our own now. But the cool news is, we're on our own now." And I want you guys to sit for a second and think about how awesome that really is. We're growing up. And as we grow up, we inevitably will meet hundreds of different opportunities, different people, and different paths to go down. And unfortunately, we won't be able to choose. But you already know that. This year was full of choices: where to apply, what extracurriculars to pursue, and how to spend the next years of our lives. So, we never know what the right choice is. Sometimes there isn't even a right choice. When we meet those choices, we will naturally continue to turn to the people we trust the most: our parents, friends, family, siblings. But ultimately, it's truly up to us now. We get to choose. And it's terrifying, but it's also really exciting. Those choices will lead us to do more things, greater things, all because we persevered here. We need to trust ourselves to make a decision. We need to find our own words of wisdom, but I will say that Taylor Swift is a good starting point. While our time at Central was nowhere near ideal or perfect or a typical 4 years in high school, we are all leaving with experiences that are going to shape how we approach the next chapter of our lives. It's up to us to carry Parkway Central's legacy to every corner of the world that we reach, so continue doing and making choices and decisions because that's what we've prepared ourselves for. To offer some potential words of wisdom that you may choose to listen to, don't simply live for the sake of living. Live for passion, for love, and for happiness, whatever that means to you. And in order to do those things, we have to keep choosing, not just going with the flow. As I look at all the faces in this room, I know we are ready to make those decisions. We are ready to be active and impactful community members, whether that be as teachers, doctors, lawyers, engineers, artists, and businessmen, whatever you guys choose to do. We are ready. So, to my fellow graduates, after we leave this arena tonight, I ask you to choose and keep choosing. Don't worry too much about doing it wisely. Thank you, class of 2023. It's been an honor to serve you this year, and I had an incredible time getting to know each of you that I crossed paths with at some point. We really did do it. We're graduating tonight. And personally, I can't wait to see what we all do next. Thank you.
Thank you, Rifa Reza. Wonderful sentiments. And thank you to Central High's Symphonic Band under the direction of Mr. Doug Hoover. Thank you, guys. On behalf of the faculty, administration, and student body of Parkway Central High School, welcome to our 64th annual graduation ceremony. We're glad you could join us. Our primary purpose this evening is quite simple: to honor our students seated before you as they mark this important milestone in their lives. The class of 2023 is certainly a most special group, a very special group indeed. Following in the rich tradition established by their predecessors, the class of 2023 has made significant contributions to Central High in the classroom, in competitions and concerts, and in their service to the community. They have distinguished themselves time and again. Core to those contributions are Central High's honor societies. Student membership in these organizations represents not only their commitment to academic achievement, but also the desire of students to explore personal interests and passions. Students, as I cite the honors you have earned, please stand. Members of the National Honor Society, please stand. Members are identified this evening by gold tassels. These students have achieved a minimum grade point average of 3.5, demonstrated leadership and high character, and have been actively involved in service activities. Members of AAA ASAP, please stand. Members are distinguished by red, yellow, and black tassels. These students have a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 or higher and have demonstrated commitment to their school community. Members of Beta Chi Pi, please stand. Members are distinguished by purple tassels. These students have earned all H's, A's, and B's in science classes and put forth effort in their discipline. Members of Foreign Language Senior Honor Roll, please stand. Members are identified this evening by green tassels. These students have earned a 3.7 GPA in foreign language classes, demonstrated good citizenship, and proven themselves to be class leaders. Members of the International Thespian Society, please stand. These members wear tassels of royal blue and gold. They have contributed hundreds of hours to the growth and development of the theater, dedicated themselves to the goal of the society, and demonstrated a true love for their craft. Members of Mu Alpha Theta, please stand. Members are recognized by blue tassels. These students have earned a 3.5 GPA in mathematics and a 3.5 overall GPA. Spent time tutoring other math students, and have engaged in various service activities. Members of National Art Honor Society, please stand. These members are identified by multicolored tassels. These students have taken at least 4 semesters of art, achieved a 3.7 GPA in art and a 3.2 overall GPA, and have demonstrated exemplary citizenship. Members of National Business Honor Society, please stand. These members are identified by green and silver tassels. These students have enrolled in at least 3 business classes, maintained a 3.5 GPA or higher in those classes, and completed community service requirements. Members of the National English Honor Society, please stand. Members are identified by royal blue, gold, and white tassels. These students have remained in the Honors English program throughout high school, maintained a 3.5 GPA or higher in English classes, and completed community service requirements. Members of the National Forensic League, please stand. Members wear tassels of burgundy and white. These students have achieved degrees of distinction in speech and debate and have been active members for at least 3 years. Members of Quill and Scroll International Journalism Honor Society, please stand. Members are identified by blue and gold tassels. These students have produced top-rated newspaper and yearbooks, received all A's in journalism courses, and have made significant contributions to that field. Members of Rho Kappa National Social Studies Honor Society, please stand. Members are identified by light blue and white tassels. These students have met minimum GPA requirements for social studies courses, completed a required number of hours, and participated in society activities. Members of Tri-M Music Honor Society, please stand. These members are identified by pink tassels. These students have demonstrated exceptional talent and involvement in performance ensembles, earned at least an A average in all music classes, and shown evidence of high character, worthy service, and responsible leadership. In addition to our academic honor societies, Central High benefits from a vibrant and enthusiastic student council. Would our elected representatives to Central High Student Council please stand? Chosen by their peers, these students have assumed significant leadership roles within the school, logged countless hours of service in support of school spirit, and do so much to maintain and deepen our sense of community. The class of 2023 has students that have committed to serving in the United States Armed Forces. Students, please stand to be recognized. Thank you for your commitment and your service to our country. A+ eligible students, please stand. Central High is designated an A+ school by the State Board of Education. These students have met a minimum cumulative GPA requirement, maintained an overall attendance rate of at least 95%, performed 50 hours of unpaid tutoring and mentoring, and maintained good citizenship throughout their high school careers. By satisfying these requirements, students are eligible for significant financial incentives from the state of Missouri. Thank you, A+ students. Looking ahead to next year, students from the class of 2023 were accepted into 237 different colleges and universities. Students will attend 78 different schools located in 29 states and 1 international destination. As for scholarships, it's been another phenomenal year at Central High. Over 154 members of the class of 2023, those who have reported such information to us, have received just over $18 million in scholarship offers. Yes, parents, you should be applauding, yes. For their achievement and promise in academic, athletic, leadership, and service capacities. Students, congratulations. Finally, each year Parkway High Schools recognize and honor students who have achieved sustained academic success throughout their high school careers with Latin honors. To be eligible, students must have a minimum cumulative grade point average of 3.5. This year, 137 students earned cum laude, magna cum laude, or summa cum laude distinctions. Please refer to your program for a list of students. Students graduating cum laude or with honor, please stand. These students completed high school with a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 to 3.749 and are identified by a bronze honor cord. Students graduating magna cum laude or with great honor, please stand. These students completed high school with a cumulative grade point average of 3.75 to 3.99 and are identified by a silver honor cord. Students graduating summa cum laude or with highest honor, please stand. These students completed high school with a cumulative grade point average of 4.0 or higher and are identified by a gold honor cord. Students, thank you for your sustained commitment to academic achievement and the example you set for all of us. Please join me in one more round of applause for all of our students. Finally, I think we can all agree success is rarely achieved alone. At this time, I ask that the parents and caregivers of our graduates stand and be recognized, and please remain standing. Again, if you could please remain standing. The roots, as you know, the roots of tonight's celebration trace back to years well before high school. You were your child's first teachers. For years, you have supported, challenged, encouraged, and applauded your student on their path of accomplishment. Thank you for your unbending support, and thank you for choosing Central High. But please stay standing. Students, when you're a little older, years from now, and you have children of your own, you will better understand the depth of love and pride your parents are feeling for you tonight. Later on, when you see them after the ceremony, just let them hug you a little longer and look them in the eye and just say, "I love you too." Thank you. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our featured speaker for the evening, Gaia Benoj.
Good evening, class of 2023, parents, teachers, and everyone who supported us on this journey. I want to reflect over the last 4 amazing years we've had at Central. And I'll begin with this. I love to bake, but for some reason, I always make the smoke detector go off. High school is a lot like baking a cake. Now, just bear with me here. When we first walked through the doors of Parkway Central in August of 2019, we were little freshmen so excited to be in the big leagues of high school, but at the same time, really overwhelmed for the future. Like the tiny little bakers we were, we wanted to pick the perfect ingredients for the next 4 years. Do you remember all the different things you tried in freshman year? We chose classes. Well, just one class, but to be fair, it was very difficult. We also chose what sports to play, what clubs to join, and most importantly, where to sit at lunch. There were so many options, and most people didn't know what to do. But then our ability to make these choices came to a halt. We all remember what happened in March of 2020. Instead of picking out the metaphoric ingredients for our high school recipe, we were forced into our kitchens during quarantine. The pandemic was a challenge, to say the least. If high school is like baking a cake, then virtual school during sophomore year was like using salt instead of sugar. We were really missing a key ingredient, that sweet in-person connection. And yet, as Rifa said, we persevered. We modified our recipes and made substitutions. And then the world reopened. We came out of our kitchens and reintroduced ourselves to our friends and teachers. We even learned how to drive and got jobs. And as we got back into the swing of things, we returned to creating our recipes, but this time with new ingredients, resilience, tenacity, and a newfound appreciation for our peers. And through all of this, we slowly figured out our own personal values and goals. And also we learned that we shouldn't try to bake a perfect cake, but instead enjoy the baking process. In junior and senior year, we became the leaders at Parkway Central. We became the link leaders, the student council officers, and the models of school spirit. Let me remind y'all, we were the only class to experience Central before COVID. We brought back spirit. Our class tried to give back to this community. Not only did we bake our own cakes, we deviated from the recipe. We went one step further and shared what we made. I'd call that the cherry on top. Baking takes patience. It takes time. And during the last 4 years, we've had an amazing time at Central. A lot can happen in 4 years. The Kansas City Chiefs won 2 Super Bowls. Taylor Swift dropped 4 albums. And we finished high school. Now, it certainly wasn't a piece of cake, but it was a lot like baking one. Now, as we move forward in our lives, we have to return to our kitchens. There are just so many more desserts to try. But the most important thing is that we continue to give back and share. As Parkway Central graduates, we must create more good in the world. And by sharing, we make the world a better place. My dad made me say that, by the way. As we create the recipe for the next chapter of our lives, we must remember this. Life won't be a cakewalk, but it sure will be sweet. Congratulations, class of 2023.
Thank you so much for that inspiring speech, Ms. Benoche and Dr. McCarthy. Thank you for inviting me. My name is Thomas Smith. I am a Parkway graduate, and I stand here today very proud and grateful and somewhat humbled that I was able to have such a great education. And I hope that if you don't now, that at some day you will understand how fortunate you've been to be able to attend the Parkway School District. Parents, thank you so much for entrusting your children to the district, and we appreciate all that you have done. I am the president of the Parkway Alumni Association. That association consists of 80,000 plus Parkway members. Having attended a Parkway school, I would just say that the Colts seemed to always beat us when I was in school. Now, I'm an old guy. I'm a baby boomer. There were 857 people in my class. And I've spoken to Dr. Marty, and I am so thankful that you are graduating today, and I pray that you get great jobs, because there's a lot of us baby boomers that will need your assistance with our health care. Sorry about that, and maybe there will be some Social Security left, but we'll see. Parkway has a rich tradition of alumni who have blazed a trail throughout the world. All throughout the world are many successful students that are graduates from this great district. And although you may be ending your journey today, in one respect, you are actually beginning a new journey, and you are not alone. You now are going to be offered the opportunity, and we ask you and officially induct you into the Parkway Association, Alumni Association, where you will join those 80,000 plus. So it is my privilege as the president of the association, along with the participants and our board, to welcome you. Congratulations. Today is a great day to be a cult. Thank you.
Thank you, Gaia, for your wonderful address, and thank you, Dr. Smith. It is now time to present the class to our Board of Education. With us tonight are 3 members of Parkway's Board of Education: Director Matt Schindler, Director Kevin Seltzer, and Director Jeff Spector. In just a few moments, they will assist me in presenting our graduates with their diploma covers. Assisting them will be Dr. Keith Marty, Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Mike Bogus, Chief Human Resources Officer and former principal of Central Middle. Also joining us this evening are representatives from each of the Central area schools: Dr. Erica Niles from Green Trails, Emily Soto from Highcroft Ridge, Dr. Jen Deacon-Buchek from Mason Ridge, Dr. Jamie Otto from Riverbend, and Terry Polite from Shenandoah Valley. We're so glad you can join us tonight, because this celebration is truly a culmination of each student's Parkway education. Mr. Schindler, Mr. Seltzer, and Mr. Spector, it is my distinct honor to present to you the 64th graduating class of Parkway Central High School, the class of 2023. Please welcome Mr. Jeff Spector.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, proud family members, and most importantly, the exceptional graduating class of Parkway Central, thank you for having me tonight. Having been on the school board for just over a year, this is my first graduation speech, and I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to represent the board with Matthew Schindler and Kevin Seltzer. I know you're not here to listen to me speak, so I will be brief, but tonight is especially meaningful for me. 20 years ago, give or take a few days, I had the privilege of walking across the stage as a graduate of Parkway Central High School. There's at least one thing that I remember from that night, that I don't remember who the board member was who spoke to the class. So I certainly would not expect you to remember in 20 years. When I'm asked the age-old St. Louis question, where did you go to high school? I'm honored and proud to answer with Parkway Central, as I know each and every one of you feel the same way. You finally made it to this day, the day you've waited for 13 years. What you've endured to get here is remarkable, to say the least. As we gather here, we reflect on the incredible journey you've embarked on, the challenges you've overcome, and the triumphs you have achieved. Graduating high school is no easy feat. It takes years of dedication, perseverance, and hard work to reach this point. And yet, here you are. You have successfully navigated the challenges of high school: late night studying, group projects, extracurricular activities, not to forget a pandemic. And you have emerged stronger and more resilient than ever. I have no doubt that you will put your mark on the world and truly make it a better place. Today is a celebration of your hard work, your achievements, and your future. Each of you are ready to forge your own path and will make your mark on this world. As you sit here tonight, surrounded by family and friends, I want you to take a moment to reflect on all that you have accomplished. Take a look around, look at everyone, your friends, your family. Go ahead, you can take a quick look, What you have achieved takes the drive and support of everyone around you. You should all have a sense of excitement and pride. Congratulations, Parkway Central Class of 2023. You deserve it. At this time, it is my privilege, on behalf of the Board of Education, representing the citizens of Parkway, to accept these students as the most recent graduates, the Class of 2023 of Parkway Central High School. Board members Matthew Schindler, Kevin Seltzer, and I will now award the diplomas. Thank you.
The class of 2023 wishes to have a most joyful celebratory ceremony, while also ensuring that each member and their families can hear their individual names. Thank you for being part of this day in a positive and supportive manner, and let us meet the class of 2023.
Rifa Amina Reza, Class President.
Gayatri Banoj.
Omar Salim Abdelbaset.
Ro Abu Antun.
Serena Abrol.
Alyssa Aline Aarons.
Eric LaShawn Allen.
Zeriel Samuel Allen. Naya Amari Anderson Pittman.
Anna Elaine Aslin.
Tara Jean Aslin.
Jemiah Barnett.
Jackson Thomas Barton.
Samuel Bauer.
Zoe Francis Becklenberg.
Molly Ann Benz. Lucas Henry Bernstein, Student Body Vice President.
Akshat Bhatnagar. Matthew Scott Bird.
Kason Houston Blatz.
Brady Olson Blum.
Lucas Owen Borchardt.
Devin Paul Bothman.
Micah Simone Bradford.
Alexander Seamus Brady.
Aiden Danielle Bricker.
Anthony Lee Browder Jr.
Eric Baker Buckland. Nina Victoria Bazada.
Isabel Evangelio Calabio.
Jefferson Alexander Carey.
John Richard Carroll.
Keelan Darius Carter.
Ryan Page Carter.
Liam Carol Cassidy.
Alexis Bella Chapman.
Samantha Chen.
Samuel Austin Chen.
Evan Yassine Sharati. Charles Michael Cook.
Michael Byron Cooper.
Maria Eleni Kosmopoulos.
Hezekiah Randall Couchman.
Luke Anthony Cristobal. Nathaniel Jacob Crow.
Michael Patrick Daigle.
Jonathan David Deering.
Jordan Lee DeNorsha.
Charlie Brennan DeWald.
Justin Yin Dominguez.
Sienna Renee Donaldson.
Christopher Leland Dalfit.
Amir Israel Duday.
Jalen Olivia Duffy.
Kenny Duong.
Aiden Edwards.
William Spencer Edwards.
Sarah Catherine Esplin.
Blake Lowell Evers.
Aiden Zaria Fields.
Zachary Fisher.
Cameron Fondren.
Kevin Fondren.
Samantha Maya Friedman.
Zoe Ann Fritz.
Cole Murphy Gabby.
Andrew Eric Galinsky. Ethan Connor Gegg.
Rebecca Carey Gerbic.
Arya Ashutosh Gizaray.
Estefania Gil Diaz.
Megan Ann Gillespie.
Kylie Reagan Glorio.
Taylor Rebecca Goldenberg.
Nader Yasid Gomez Lazaro.
Ava Francesca Granada.
Maeve Josephine Iris Grant.
Michael Chanel Green.
Rebecca Nicole Green.
India Courtney Griffin.
Christian Gunn.
Samantha Abigail Hajdukovic.
Julia Hamelback.
Andrew Jacob Hanson.
Trevor Jake Hansen.
Gabriel Todd Harmon.
Haley Lauren Harper. Jahari Alicia Harris.
Rachel Isabella Harris.
Sydney Howe.
Ava Fran Hayek.
Joseph Paul Heat. Allison Danielle Herman.
Ted Joseph Harrell.
Jasmine Miley Hester.
Tiavana Kale Hester.
Alan Jaden Ho.
Howard Hong. Regina Powers Hua.
Emily Huang.
Ivy Lillian Humphreys.
Zane Allen Hungerford.
Layla Jamae Ingram.
Teresa Marie Jerling. Michaela Elise Jolly.
Malcolm Charles Jolly.
Corian Jones.
Layla Jones.
Sierra Jones.
Miranda Wanoa Jumper.
Luke Thomas Kaiser.
Joshua David Khalil.
Wouter Martin Kampmann.
Emily Marie Kang.
Sean Taehoon Kang.
Anusha Kadaravan. Luke Edward Kendall. Sophia Lauren Klein.
Bailey Marie Castle.
Brendan Alexander Kester.
Mary Jane Catherine Kniesny.
Nathan Benjamin Thomas Coons.
Yoav Krieger.
Rachel Lauren Ladd.
Adelie Lynn Lake, Student Body Treasurer. Elliot Thomas Leong.
Haley Danielle Lerner.
Lucas Elliott Levy. Eli Ross Lieberman.
Alexander James Lindberg.
Elise Marie Link.
Sonia Lodi.
Allison Faith Loudenbach. Sarah Rose Malter.
Camila Paola Mentia.
Madison Faye Marks.
Grace Elizabeth Martin, Class Secretary.
Lyndon Brooke Matthews.
Christopher James McCall.
Virginia Beth McKeon.
Sarah Medina Rojas.
Weston James Meisenholder.
Madison Lee Meterhoff. Sarah Grace Mall.
Brooke Catherine Morley.
Abdullah Adel Maselli.
Angela Mayembe Mukuku.
Nisha Devi Morelli.
Brendan Michael Murray. Aiden Lawrence Nash. Divine Mukendi Nyangwile.
Blair Alice O'Connor.
Lauren Alexis Ormont.
Araceli Ortiz Rojas.
Audrey Lynn Osterman.
Maxim Ostrowski.
Emily Vanessa Padilla Gutierrez.
Evian Page.
Sonali Atal Peranjothi.
Linnea Sophia Patel.
Kayla Aja Pearson.
Margaret Rose Peevers.
Ella Sophia Penico.
Madison Christina Peters.
Lily Ann Pills.
Tunatib Param.
Stephen Gerard Portis.
Hannah Elizabeth Prakash.
Michael Pugachev.
Vincenzo Onofrio Randazzo.
Tal Benjamin Recht.
Zachary Michael Restrepo.
Holly Rose Reynolds. Emily Sarahi Rivera Funes.
Maggie Michaela Roberts.
Josephine Zhangxi Robinson.
Itai Nathaniel Rodine.
Noah Rodine.
David Rahman.
Tyler Gary Rusan.
Elena Joy Ruckstader.
Brandon Douglas Cunnin Reuter.
Sabrina Naho Rutherford.
Irvin Salazar Jimenez. Bryce Emmanuel Scaife.
Margaret Ann Schomburg, Student Body Secretary.
Daniel Isaiah Schiller.
Suzanne Teresa Schmidt.
Jacob Paran Schuster.
Abigail Lee Schwarb.
Karina Sharafutanova.
Brandon Ming Shi.
Sydney Jane Shoemaker.
Peyton Grace Shostak.
Natalie Mae Simmons.
Dylan Hunter Simon.
Landon Robert Slusser.
Jeremiah Donovan Smith.
Keon Smith.
Devin Gale Smith.
Carter William Sniff.
Daniel Hojun Sun.
Steve Homin Sun.
Sham Sufi.
Sophia Catherine Spacuzza, Class Treasurer.
Jackson J. Spielberg.
Destiny Lynette Spruill.
Jonathan Robert Stark.
Jada Anye Steeples.
Olivia Morgan Stewart.
Aiden Patrick Stoll.
Colin Michael Stoll.
Joshua Ethan Stone.
Alana Mackenzie Stovall.
Amaya Elise Taylor.
Demaya Mary Taylor.
Danielle Adenica Allison Taylor, Student Body President.
Jenna Catherine Teekert.
Samariah Sky Thedford.
Harrison Christopher Tigard.
Lily Lynn Tournier.
Stuart Kick Tournier.
Rashard Shakur Townsend.
Sydney Elizabeth Tran, Class Vice President.
Nino Trubachik.
Anna Christine Vincent.
Kevin Hugh Vu.
Jacob Benjamin Arthur Wand.
Emily Wang.
Seyoung Yi Wang.
Simon Eli Warner.
Lindsay Grace Waxberg.
Stephen Thomas Westlich.
Christopher Corey White, Jr.
Audrey Mae Wilcox.
Deanna Danielle Williams.
Quentin Scott Wolf.
Benjamin Matthew Woodard.
Andrew Adam Wright.
Curtis James Wright.
Chubin Wu.
Megan Lee Wunderlich.
Elaine Leanne Yin.
Rayleigh Ann Young.
Amina Nodirjan Yuldoshara.
Emily Zhang.
Freddie Ganoa Namgam.
Karen Lily Lee.
Emma Grace Lee. Dr. McCarthy, Dr. Marty, Parkway administrators, member of the Parkway Board of Directors, this is the class of 2023.
Hey, we've got to wait for them all to get their picture taken so we can keep applauding. Yeah.
You gonna do something crazy?
No. I just want. You can do a backflip. Here, you want to use mine? All right, let's give it up for him one more time. Would the class of 2023 please rise? In that, you have met requirements of the state of Missouri and the Parkway School District and have been issued diploma covers by members of the Parkway Board of Education to signify that you have now graduated from Parkway Central High School. I ask that you move your tassels from the right to the left side of your mortar boards. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Parkway Central High School, I wish all of our graduates the very best. Congratulations. That concludes our commencement. Have a great night. Graduates, please make sure you pick up your cap. Diplomas can be picked up at the table to the rear of the arena.